And good morning. Can y'all believe it's 6:30 once again? My, how time flies. It seems as though we were just here a few moments ago. We've got a big show. It's Fun Friday. The whole gang will be coming in at 7. We hope you'll hang around with us and join us for that. The big show. Right now, 69 is where we wait for a high of 83, and we want you to hunt up something. It's called an umbrella. Put it in your truck, your car, wherever it is. You're going to need it over the next 24 to 48 hours, as we'll have rain showers moving in probably sometime after 3 p.m. today. That's Mother Nature. Don't hold me to that, but that's what we're looking at this point. And we'll tell you about what is expected tomorrow, a wet one. Now, I know for sure that Bud and Boiling will go on regardless. They've already made the call, rain come shine, whatever it is, that will go on. Collinsville date, is it, regardless of, now we haven't heard anything any different, but rain is expected during part of this, so we'll check in and see if we know anything on that. All right, we've got headlines coming up. We're going to get into your weather forecast, see what all has happened over the last 24 hours. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Let's go to Collinsville.
Icons of the American South. What comes to mind? What represents the South for you? You know, several jump out to me, but one of my favorites is the live oak tree. Rooted like an ancient sentinel, the live oak stands with a wide, unshakable presence. It has those gnarled limbs that stretch outward like arms that just sort of embrace the land. Often they're draped in Spanish moss and cloaked in those green leaves. I mean, it commands reverence as both a shelter and a symbol of endurance. They weather hurricanes and history alike, right? The live oak, it embodies strength and grace and the quiet majesty of the southern landscape. Now, when it comes to the Christian life, followers of Jesus are called to be like a live oak. In 2 Thessalonians 2:15, we are called to stand firm, to not be moved from the position we hold in the faith, to hold on to the teachings we've been given. We're to remain unshakable enduring whatever comes our way. And this calling is important because just before this directive, Apostle Paul prophesies there's going to be a great apostasy at the end of the age, a time when many people will be moved away from the faith and break affinity with the church and with Christ. But that won't be us if we extend our roots deep down into the fertile ground of Jesus Christ and into the Word of God. When we do that, we become like what's spoken of in Psalm 1, a tree firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in the season, and its leaf does not wither, and whatever he does, he prospers. So, beloved, may we never be moved from the unsurpassing goodness of God. May we be like the live oak in the American South. Now, may the Lord Jesus himself and God our Father, who has loved us and given us eternal comfort and good hope by grace, encourage your hearts and strengthen them in every good work and word. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Brother Ben, they'll be there opening up church doors around 10:15 on Sunday morning. Hope you can make it out for that. Before we get into headlines, I want to show you this, the chance of severe weather. And then again, it'll be from any time from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight is what the National Weather Service is calling for. Looks kind of spookish, doesn't it? What's that in the middle there? That's Mississippi. And we are now at a level 3. Let's zoom in on this and just kind of show you where all this is. This will take in northwestern Lauderdale County, most of Newton County, all of Scott County, and anything north of there to the state line will be a level 3. South of I-20 will be a level 2. Let's look at a few of these locations so you fully understand where the lines will be here as we look at Lauderdale County. This will cut right across the Collinsville area. Lake Oteebee will be a level 3. Anything south of that will be a level 2. Lauderdale, a 2. Right through the front yard of Freeman Tractor, a level 3. So severe weather there. As this cuts across into Newton County, it will start over, somewhere about right here as we look at this, around Duffy, just south of there. And we'll come across Center Ridge area, right where the Veteran Cemetery is, and then southwest as we get into Scott County over here. All of Scott County is going to be a level 3. As we'll look south of that, again, as I mentioned, everything will be a level 2, including Livingston, York, those areas. Utah, Alabama, welcome to the party. Y'all will be a level 3. And anything up here north of Elps, Gainesville, y'all are level 3. Geiger, Alabama, Scuba, those areas there will be level 3. Again, we'll watch all of this. A lot of fog down here in Florida. Look at that. We'll be watching this, and we'll go live when the weather threat becomes serious. Could be some strong thunderstorms. No mention of tornadic activity in this. Yeah, Jean Marie, thank you. I appreciate that. Look forward to having you. Janice, good morning. Mark, Lamar. Those are as how the weather is shaping up this morning, and we'll get back to that here in just a few moments to give you the very latest and breakdown of what the National Weather Service has for us today. Well, it looks like Mercedes, with all this tariff speaking, they're going to be adding a new car line to the Alabama facility, not far from here near Tuscaloosa. They'll be adding another car being made there. That's one way to handle all of this. Bringing jobs back to America, they'll have to add some more people to handle that. That's good news there. Do you remember Sebastian Gorka? He's been on, he wears glasses, dark hair. He's been on Fox News a lot. He's reporting this morning. And this is good. Let me show you this picture here. Number 47 here. Returned a hostage back to the U.S. of A. there. This man's been held captive for 4 years. He was from Memphis. He was a contractor. Went overseas to work, and he was kidnapped. That's the 47th person that has been turned loose since Trump took office. And you go, well, what about those other 46? I'm like you. I haven't heard much about all of that. It's been very quiet in the big news, but that is great. Man back had only seen his daughter as a baby. So that's good news there. Do you know what it cost in just 2024? Texas, we're going to look at one state as we get into hospital bills. Now, again, this makes it tough on you when you go to the hospital. It raises prices if someone doesn't pay their bill. And what I'm talking about is illegal immigrants. As we look at this, Texas hospitals are on the hook for $121 million that occurred in the state of Texas that was not paid. They had to take care of them. Wow. Now, imagine what that bill is all across the U.S. of A. I would imagine it's very high there. Anybody got every now and then I'll go through the kitchen and see when it doesn't work a whole lot in our house because she doesn't use it. I'm not picking on her. It's just she doesn't use it a lot. Pressure cookers. Anybody got one? A Ninja food pressure. They're recalling 1.8 million of those voluntarily for a potential burn hazard. If you've got one, check that website. You can Google it, and it'll show you there on recalls if you've got one that matches that. It's been rumored, it's been talked, but it is now happening. NPR, PBS, Trump pulling the plug on that as he sends out an executive order blocking federal funds to those. He's told her all along. Now, again, I say this out loud. There's a lot of executive orders that have been signed since he took office. It's not worth the ink that it's written on after he leaves office. If it's not passed as a law, it will come to an end one day. Just saying, Congress doesn't seem to be working well with this and doing much with it. Y'all see that as well as I do. We have a Georgia candidate. She was a Democrat congressional candidate. You never wish harm on someone, but she did. She wished harm on Trump, and I won't use the word that she called to be done to him. She's been arrested. Front row. In a multi-state child sex trafficking sting. Carl Sprayberry is the name. We'll go with he at this point. Arrested. 19 suspects are arrested for this. As this happens here, there's going to be a lot of people across the U.S. of A. And we have people from Mississippi that watch Alabama. Nearly every state out there watches us at some point during the week. So I say this, if you're one of those that gets out and likes to walk, hike, go to different areas there to do things to enjoy the summertime beautiful weather. We had and bless her heart, Daily Mail reported this. Let me show you her picture. This is this young lady here. Beautiful, isn't she? She had a man at the time stalk her on a trail. She was out walking. He followed behind. You want to know why he didn't like her? He was jealous of how pretty she looked and he wanted to become her. His goal was to become a female that looked like that and was jealous, and he took her life. He's been arrested. DNA busted him. Trail cameras caught a picture of him following close behind. DNA put him at the scene. He's been arrested and charged with her murder. We don't know. What I'm getting at here is you don't know what other people are thinking. There's some mixed up folks in this world. Watch your back no matter where you are. When is it? Because I live in a world. Have I said an ugly word? I absolutely have. I think everybody around. There's probably some exceptions of someone out there, but you've gotten mad or hit yourself with a hammer or slammed your finger in the door and said a word that you normally wouldn't say. Am I correct? Is that safe to say? And you ask for forgiveness and you roll on. I've done it. But this is getting ridiculous as we look to Washington, elected officials that have no reason whatsoever to say an ugly word, and they think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. And they use what they call the F-bomb. Have y'all been paying attention to this? They use it quite frequently. I don't know whether they think it's grabbing attention, making them look good, but Omar, the lady that has the wrap around her head, the reporters were trying to ask her a question. She told them to blank off yesterday. Again, these are elected officials, somebody you're supposed to look up to, the best of the cream, and we don't even have any meringue there anymore. Just sad, sad, sad. Oh, do you remember the judge that helped ICE, elude someone from getting arrested? They're saying that she could probably spend 5 years in jail for this. I think it needs to happen. It sets an example. If you do this, this will also happen to you. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is that the word for it? She needs be behind the bars and served day for day. Let's see if that happens. That's the talk at this point. If this doesn't make you, this goes back to the same ideology of this judge that done this for an illegal to escape or tried to. A judge has allowed. Do you remember the person that set some of these Teslas on fire? You know what I'm talking about? They've temporarily let this person out of jail to go continue their sex change. You're a criminal at that point when you've been arrested for arson and. No, I'm not kidding. That's in Massachusetts. It's a college student there that they've allowed to go do that. Thought you ought to know. I do not know this person. I don't even remember the band that recut this song in country. But the lyrics of the song caught my attention when I heard it on country radio, and that was about when I thought, they've lost me. But Jill Sublee, S-O-B-U-L-E, she wrote that song called I Kissed a Girl. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You probably have heard it. She has died in a house fire. Horrible, horrible way to go. We send condolences to the family on that. What is going on with Cadillac? Yesterday, if you were paying attention, they put out and said our profits aren't going to be that well. But Barrera, she is the CEO of this, and she continues to push, even though things have changed in Washington, the EV cars, the electric cars. Late 25, she hopes to have all of the Cadillacs running that way, electric. Profits are going down. Americans aren't wanting them. So wake-up call is all I'm saying. Again, this is an executive order. This is good. We hope that this will become a thing. Has officially established the Religious Liberty Commission for those who infringe upon the religious rights of Americans. That's been put into play. That was signed this week. That's good. Let's hope that hangs around for a very, very long time. Don't you? Dale Wood joining us. Joseph, how in the world are you doing today? South Carolina, horrible news as it makes headlines out of there. 2 kids and 1 adult was struck by a car outside of church on Sullivan's Island. Early reports are this could have been deliberate. We don't know. They're investigating it. But a man has been arrested They did a manhunt, and they caught this guy. It was outside a Presbyterian church there. Just senseless. I saw a quote a while ago, or I guess you would call this a quote from Trump. It's well worth repeating. And he's talking about Washington, D.C. and candidates. But this truly fits anywhere in the U.S. of A. in any business. And this is what he had to say. Quote, "They say that lions and tigers aren't nearly as vicious as humans because they only kill for food. The human being, it kills for sport. And we've got some bad ones out there." Donald J. Trump. Says a lot, doesn't it? There are people that are mean just to be mean because they can be. The Vatican has installed the chimney. We'll be getting ready for these activities to begin to elect a new pope. We'll find out more about this over the next few days as this happens there. Do y'all remember the name Jussie Smollett? The guy that kind of faked the hoax there? That he was beat up and all of that, attacked, and it was a hoax. He has settled a lawsuit. He was on that TV show Empire. The city sued him, Chicago did, for $130,000 worth of fees that they used investigators to investigate a fake thing that never happened. They have reached a settlement. They didn't say how much money they got of him, but they did reach a settlement. There's talk of this. We'll see if it actually goes about. Army is planning for a potential parade for Trump's birthday. It would include 6,600 soldiers. We'll see if that happens or not. It's talk at this point, and it may happen there. Russell Brand, he's he's an actor, and he's also somewhat of a comic. He's arrived back in London to face rape charges and sexual misconduct charges. We'll see if anything happens with that. Florida, let me see what time this would happen here. Stark, Florida. It has happened there. He met his maker there. 5th execution of the year so far. He was pronounced dead at 8:15 last night. He killed his wife, his girlfriend, and her 2 children. It happened in 1998. They sent him to the chamber last night. It did happen there. Florida is where that went on. And Sean Puff Daddy, in other news, rejected a plea deal. They offered him a deal there to help him out, and he rejected it on sex trafficking. We'll see what becomes of that as well as it nears. Before long, that's going to be in the courtrooms. Let's see here. Oh, and don't forget, I don't know much about this, but it is a tradition, the Kentucky Derby, getting ready to take place. Kentucky. Maybe you attend those. Maybe you watch it on television. Maybe you like horse racing. It's all coming. The Kentucky Derby getting underway. We'll be right back as we'll get into your forecast next.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs, our record lows, back in 2002, we had a high of 91 today. We'll get close to that today. 86-ish is what we're aiming for. Back in 2009, boy, that's been a year or two ago. 39 was our record low back in 1909. Whew. You remember that morning well? As we look at the rain chances today, it's pretty heavy there. We're going to be anywhere from 83 to 86. This has been going up and down for a high since the rain is involved. We'll see where it really ends there. 82 possible in Columbus, and we'll see that anywhere down the Mississippi River this morning. As we look to Demopolis, 83 is expected, even 82 in Birmingham, Alabama's rain showers forecasted. Here's what we got. Severe weather today. We showed you the live map just a moment ago. Severe storms likely today. Damaging winds of 70 miles an hour. Large hail up to golf ball size hail. That could hurt. Be on the lookout for that as these storms come across northwestern Lauderdale County, taking in all of the Collinsville area included in this level 3 and most of Newton County. It kind of splits it across Decatur there, cutting across where the Veterans Cemetery is, and everything north of level 3. Anything south of I-20 will be basically a level 2. This will happen between 1 p.m. and 10 p.m. Early reports are showing that rain will begin somewhere around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And that's Mother Nature. Depending upon the wind and how everything happens, it could be earlier, it could be later. But roughly 3 o'clock, they're giving it a 1 o'clock possibility there. As we look to Texas, West Texas is cooler this morning. We're kind of normal in Mississippi now, these low 80s. As we look at our 7-day forecast, 83-ish is what my radar is calling for today, 75 for tomorrow. But look at this. We move from 70% chance today to a 90% chance of rain tomorrow. Now, as I point out, early reports are that Collinsville Day, the early portion of this, beginning somewhere around 5 a.m., it's going to start raining pretty hard. It's going to rain through about 10 a.m., and then we'll have a little break there from 10 to 11:30. Rain kicks back up, and by 2:30, the rain moves out for the bud and boiling. It's Mother Nature that can change. But it looks to be a wet day in Collinsville. We'll keep you updated with that as this comes about. As we look to Sunday, rain moves out, high of 75, a little cooler there, down to, look at this, the 40s, 49 on Sunday night. We'll head back to work on Monday with a high of 79, and then easing back into the low 80s as we get rain chances on Wednesday and Thursday. As we go more days into this, rain's going to continue. Look at this, wet next week as well, all the way through Saturday. 50% chance a week from now. As we'll get highs, low 80s, upper 79, 80, 85 being the biggest that we'll get there in that week run there. Fishing today, well, it looks pretty good there. Light south wind, 5 to 10 this morning. Major times to fish are going to be 5 o'clock this afternoon. Could be wet, just giving you a heads up there, 5 to 7. But if you love fishing in the rain, it's your day. We'll have a mediocre time this morning between 10 and 11 if you just got to go. Sunrise happened at 6:06 this morning. Sunset pushes all the way to 7:37 tonight. Getting better and better, isn't it? We're just moments away. What time is it? We're about 4 minutes away from coming back live for the morning show. Getting ready. I hope y'all will join us. That girl, I think, is doing she's in hair and makeup now. Yes, they're powdering.
A week and a half.
Greg says she's been there a week and a half. They're powdering her up, getting her ready for the big show. Join us, won't you? It all gets underway at 7. We'll see you in a moment here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.